This is WKYT News at 6:30 on the CW Lexington.
Good evening, I'm Sam Dick. Welcome to WKYT News at 6:30 right here on the CW Lexington. Huge changes coming in the weather. Chris Bailey will be with me in just a minute for the lowdown on those low temperatures and a chance for flurries. Trending right now, President-elect Donald Trump talking with 60 Minutes in a wide-ranging interview last night. He discussed his stands on issues from same-sex marriage to abortion and the U.S. Supreme Court. That story is the most clicked on right now on WKYT.com. That's followed by a wannabe weatherman setting a fire, police say, to gain Facebook views, and a chili manager taking away a vet's free meal on Veterans Day. Here's what we're following right now at 6:30. A Tates Creek High School student arrested this morning for having a gun on campus. It's the third arrest in less than 2 weeks at the school. WKYT's Hillary Thornton has talked to school leaders about what they're doing to try to address all their concerns and the concerns of parents. As you mentioned earlier, a wannabe meteorologist, there he is, in Letcher County, arrested and charged with second-degree arson after police say he started a wildfire to draw attention to his selfie videos on Facebook. More on the tip that led to his arrest coming up.
90% of your cases are overdoses now?
At least. I could do it 100% of the time.
The city of Lexington employing drug detectives full-time to help fight the growing overdose epidemic. Find out what impact the new initiative is making on the community later in this newscast with our investigative reporter, Miranda Combs. Right now, though, as I mentioned, Chris joining me now, and almost a broken record here on the lack of rain, the dry conditions, and the fires, which continue to be really serious for people who live down in that area.
And my fear is, Sam, Thursday and Friday, the worst is yet to come, because we're going to get winds greater than 30 and 40 miles an hour. We're going to warm it up, but a little relief may come as we go into Friday night and beyond that into the weekend, as the pattern goes into more of a wintertime look and feel. So that will certainly help. Short term, though, not a whole lot of relief in sight. Had a little hope last week that this low pressure would be just a little farther to the west to give some rain into southeastern Kentucky. It skirted parts of Virginia and West Virginia with some rain, threw a little cloud cover into eastern Kentucky, and the next front that's coming in here tomorrow does not have very much moisture. You want to see that Gulf of Mexico, the flow coming out of the Gulf out ahead of that. That is just not the case right now. Here's what we're dealing with. Clear skies across central and eastern Kentucky now. Temperatures that are down into the 50s and dropping quickly. What happens when you look at these, you can see the sites that only update once an hour, which in this day and age is ridiculous that we can only get hourly updates from these sites. But the ones that update more frequently, look at Danville, 46 degrees. We're already upper 40s here at the station and dropping very quickly, and that's what's going to come as we go through the evening. Heading out and about over the next few days, we look good. Then a wild ride comes our way Friday into the coming weekend. We're going to go from mild to a little wild. Old Man Winter tries to make an early pit stop in the Bluegrass State. Sam, we'll detail that when I come back here in just a few, buddy.
Thank you, Chris. For the third time in less than 2 weeks, a student at Tates Creek High School in Lexington has been arrested for having a gun on campus. This was the second time the gun was loaded. The principal, who's worked at Tates Creek High for 27 years, says he's never faced anything like this. He says the school will consider random metal detector checks. The principal plans to meet with parents later this week. WKYT's Hillary Thornton is tracking the investigation. She has our top story now at 6:30.
The principal here at Tates Creek High School very openly angry today, but also thankful that this ended the way it did, as he talked about the third gun found on his school's campus within 2 weeks.
School's just not a place for weapons, any type of weapon. And I'm sorry that I'm gonna have to do this again. I'm angry today, very bothered.
This latest incident starting when a student was spotted out in a community park who should have been in school. He was then brought to campus by Lexington police. Because of prior incidents, a new procedure in place. The officer taking that student immediately to school law enforcement officers, where a search was done. During that search, finding a loaded gun, that student now facing charges, telling school officials he was given that weapon by a friend. It is news that's alarming to parents who send their children to the school each day.
I do believe we have a serious issue in our hands here, not just the school itself, but I believe the city of Lexington has a huge issue.
Principal Sam Hughes echoing that concern. It is an issue that is a first in his 27 years at Tates Creek.
I've seen the neighborhood change. It's not the same neighborhood as I came when it was as it was 27 years ago. And I think with the change, it's brought about a different set of issues and a different set of priorities.
That is why a community forum is set to take place Wednesday evening at 6 o'clock in the high school library. Principal Mukes says he plans on doing a lot of listening at that forum to community concerns as they explore the ways to prevent this from happening again. In Lexington, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
And school officials say in all three incidents they do not believe the student had a gun because they felt unsafe in the school, but because of not feeling safe outside in their neighborhoods. A Lexington man faces charges after police say he was driving under the influence with his daughters in the truck. Police arrested Timothy Yeager Saturday afternoon. Police say an officer caught Yeager speeding with 3 young girls in the vehicle. 2 of them, police say, were in the truck bed. The officer discovered a bottle of rum in the vehicle. Police say Yeager failed 2 field sobriety tests and could not complete any others. They say his field breathalyzer test was .221. That is more than twice the legal limit. He is charged with DUI, having an open alcoholic beverage in his vehicle, and 3 counts of wanton endangerment. The hearing for a woman accused of causing a deadly crash while driving drunk has been delayed. Last Friday, Lexington police charged 24-year-old Alexandria Rankin with manslaughter and DUI after they say she hit and killed another driver on 8th and Boonesboro Road. Rankin's arraignment, scheduled for today, has been pushed back now until Wednesday. Rankin has bonded out of jail. It's been 1 year since police say a 7-year-old girl was raped and murdered outside a high school. State police have charged 38-year-old Timothy Madden with kidnapping, rape, sodomy, and murder in connection to Gabby Doolin's death. His pretrial hearing has been rescheduled for December. And while the community waits for Madden to go to trial, they are remembering Gabby. Tonight, the public is invited to a candlelight vigil at Scottsville Square at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. He had dreams of becoming a weatherman, but police say he took it too far. Tonight, they've arrested a man they say started a forest fire in Letcher County. Police say that 24-year-old Johnny Mullins set the fire to draw attention to videos he posted on his Facebook page. WKYT's Sean Moody has the story.
Just take a look behind me and look what we are dealing with.
That's 24-year-old Johnny Mullins. He's pretty well known in Jenkins.
Miss Mullins does a weather forecast on the Facebook. People like it because he's here. Everybody knows him.
Jenkins Police Chief James Stevens says Mullins been busy the past few days shooting videos and pictures of wildfires for his Facebook page.
The whole area is just completely up in smoke.
But now Chief Stevens says Mullins himself was behind a fire.
As far as the feeling in the community, pretty much it's a shock thing. It's hard to believe that he actually did this.
Stevens says firefighters were called to Wheaton Hollow for a fire last Tuesday night. He thought the fire was suspicious and said he noticed Mullins nearby.
We talked a little bit. That's when he decided to go ahead and tell me what was going on.
He said Mullins admitted starting the fire to boost his online presence.
He mentioned in his statement that one of the reasons he did this was to have people follow him on the Facebook.
Jenkins police say Mullins put people's lives and property in danger. As an example, this fire stopped right here at this tree line. Then just a few steps away here is Terry Braddock's house.
I think he's a good boy. Surprised me that he would do this.
Braddock said he's known Mullins for years.
I forgive him as a person, but he, you know, there's repercussions for something like that.
Mullins now faces a charge of second-degree arson.
People could have been killed. Property was damaged. A lot of expenses occurred because of this.
In Letcher County, Sean Moody, WKYT.
Also, police say the U.S. Forest Service may also pursue charges. Now, smoke from those fires is causing both visibility and health concerns. In this picture out of McCreary County, you can see just how hazy the conditions are. Very, very thick smoke there. Officials recommend that people with respiratory problems try to stay inside. And as winds pick up, officials say you can expect some smoke to make its way into Lexington. Kentucky Division of Forestry says that more than 26,000 acres are burning tonight because of all the fires. The firefighters hope calm weather that's in the forecast for a couple of days will help them get the upper hand on the fires, but they say gusty winds, which Chris has talked about, could be a real problem. Police in Somerset will now carry Narcan. The drug is used to reverse the effects of opioid overdoses like heroin and fentanyl. Officers in departments across the state are beginning to carry Narcan in response to an increase in overdoses. The Kentucky Agency for Substance Abuse Policy is providing Somerset police with the Narcan. Drug overdoses are becoming the new crime scenes for some detectives here in Lexington. Our investigative reporter Miranda Combs joins us in less than 3 minutes to break down the news about the city's new initiative to help fight the drug epidemic. And the basketball Cats have started their season on a 2-game winning streak. Dave Buzz Baker joins me later in the Sports Buzz to talk about how they're getting ready for tomorrow night's game against Michigan State. Welcome back live to WKYT News here at 6:30 on the CW Lexington. Heroin. It has become such a problem for Lexington police that they have added some new titles to their staff. In doubling the size of their narcotics unit, the department has added 2 overdose detectives. Lexington is one of the only agencies in the state to have detectives solely working on drug overdoses. And for those detectives, investigating drug overdoses is a different kind of challenge.
These are complicated, right?
Absolutely. With these cases, there's always a lot of moving parts. And I think it's an uphill climb, but I think it's an uphill climb that is starting to pick up some momentum.
And to help us break down the news, Miranda Combs, our investigative reporter, joins us. And Lexington police are calling the heroin problem prevalent in the city. What do they mean by that? Really common, right?
Yes, and it means they're having to take a holistic approach to solving this. This goes from officers on the street when they first show up to these 2 new overdose detectives. Their narcotics unit has been doubled. That's the kind of approach they're having to take. And it all goes back to this community policing, getting to know the people out on the streets and trying to help them and also get rid of these dealers.
So one of these detectives used to be in homicide and now is much more involved in this, right?
Just
Which
doing
is pretty
this.
surprising.
Yeah, for 6 years he did homicide, and he talks a lot about the fact that it was very cut and dried in homicide. You had a victim, and then you were looking for who did it. Well, in this case, you have a victim that may live or may not live, and then so if they live, you've got to help them try to get help if they're ready to get help, and then you've got to figure out who the dealer was and how far that chain goes up.
You've done a really good job in your reports of showing us how the police department has made a dramatic change from switching away from prosecuting the victim and really trying to go after the dealer, right?
Right.
Looking at the victim as more of someone who's in trouble and needs help.
A victim of circumstances,
Right.
specifically what they call it. But yes, they are not who they are after anymore. They are after these dealers, because if you don't get rid of the dealers and the people above the dealers, then you're never going to get rid of the problem.
And so they're looking for dealers that are maybe even at the top, right? We're talking about the kingpins, if they can get those people.
Right, and if you watch our story, that's where you'll see the federal prosecutors come in. It's kind of neat to see the relationship between the detective and the federal prosecutor, in this case from the U.S. Attorney's Office. They actually go back a long time, and now they're both doing these overdose cases. The thing about the federal prosecutors is they can not only go across county and state lines, but there are different laws that allow them to put these dealers away for a lot longer than state statute would allow. So when people hear that the feds have come in, it's a bigger deal. In fact, we asked in the story, you're the ones that they're scared of on the street, right? And they say, yes, absolutely. We hear it in jail phone calls. We hear it from them. Don't come to Kentucky. They'll get you on an overdose death.
Let's hope it works.
Yeah.
All right, Miranda, thank you. You can join the conversation by leaving your comments on WKYT.com or on our Facebook page. Let us know what you think. I'm joining Chris over here in his office. And, you know, we're going to take a look at this. Sky watchers are expected to be treated, Chris, to a rare astronomical event tonight. The full moon will be the closest moon to date in the 21st century. In fact, the supermoon, described as an extra supermoon by NASA, will not come this close, folks, to Earth until November 25th, 2034. Now, you love what you do.
Yeah.
Did you take a look out last night and look at, see what
I did, and it's really awesome to see. And so now, if things go really crazy tonight in your neighborhood, you know what to blame it on, right? And look over your shoulder, Sam. Look what we've got here.
Yeah.
That is the supermoon in our sky cam right now, okay? I can only zoom in so close on this, but that's what it looks like here from the station on Winchester Road, at least from if we were up on the roof, that's what we would be seeing as of right now with that supermoon that is currently in progress here in Lexington, and that is kind of zipping its way on through the screen here, but it's clear sailing out there this evening. For all you moon watchers, Supermoon is doing its thing right now. Is that maybe the sequel to Superbad, the movie Supermoon? Yeah, I didn't want to go there. Let's talk about the weather. Clear skies across the region as of now. Cloud cover to our east. This last week was a little system we talked about maybe giving us a little bit of hope southeastern Kentucky for a sprinkle or a shower today. Boy, it grazed us with some clouds, kept the rain just to our east. High pressure on top of the area. And then another system that comes through here tomorrow does not have a whole lot of juice with it. So a little frost in the morning, mix of sun and clouds into the afternoon. Wednesday and Thursday look to be very nice days. By Thursday, it's windy and 70-ish. Now let's track a monster change coming for the weekend. Friday afternoon, we're going to be 70 to 75 degrees on a gusty wind at 30 miles per hour. Bad news for the forest fire situation. A little good news, though, with that front coming in Friday night and early Saturday morning. We should have a band of some showers and some thunderstorms with it. Colder winds will be blowing behind that. And as we go into Saturday night and Sunday, strong northwesterly winds will be howling. Could be 30 and 40 mile-an-hour gusts Saturday, by the way. Great Lakes are warm. Put cold air over top of that on a northwesterly wind that is aimed toward Kentucky. And you know what that does often in the wintertime? It can deliver a few snowflakes into central and eastern Kentucky and toward the Appalachian Mountains as we go into Saturday night and Sunday. Winds, I mentioned, are a big player this weekend. We're breaking out the wind chill forecast map. Sunday, highs in the 30s, but look at the wind chill. It's going to feel like it's in the 20s the entire day, and by Monday morning, wind chills are down into the teens. Winter is trying to come a little early this year. So let's review, Sam. 70 to 75 Friday, some thunder and lightning Friday night. By Saturday night and Sunday, it's cold enough for the first snowflakes of the season.
Amazing.
That is. That's a big change.
But you knew, you were telling us that winter's coming. Just wait, it'll get here.
Early taste this year has always been in the cards, and I think it's an early taste, and I don't see it just wrapping up after that one.
All right, thank you. Now, the Cats getting their toughest test tomorrow in the Champions Classic up in New York City. Dave Buzz Baker joins me next in the Sports Buzz. It is time now on this Monday for the Sports Buzz. Each night we'll talk with Dave Buzz Baker for an inside look at what's going on. All right, Kentucky tomorrow night. I take it gets the first real test of the season. Do you think we'll have a much better idea where they stand?
Yeah, well, we may not have we will know where they stand. I'm not sure where they're going. A couple of easy exhibitions, then two lopsided wins to open the regular season. Now the Wildcats will have to step up big time as the nation's second-ranked team takes on number 12 Michigan State tomorrow night in the Champions Classic at Madison Square Garden. For this talented but still young Wildcat squad, the biggest question, how will these players handle the incredibly physical way the Spartans play?
I said last night they may pee down their leg. Have no idea. And, you know, you got some tough matchups. The War kid inside, the Bridges kid, they got the perimeter shooter. They got a couple other athletes that drive the ball. My guess after watching us, they're probably going to pass it 3 or 4 times, throw it to a wing, cut away, and try to beat the guy one-on-one. That's my guess.
So basically, he's saying he's not sure how they'll react.
I know. I'm taken back by the whole urination quote there.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things. You know, these guys, they play under the big lights all the time. Yeah. So Rupp Arena's not as awe, and you know, it doesn't lock them up like it used to.
Big Apple, that's big.
But more than that, it's the physical way that Michigan State plays. And the young guys are still young guys. And that's why I don't think anybody before the season began would have guessed that Isaiah Briscoe would be leading this team the way that he led them. Okay, so 38 points. He's shooting 62.5% from the field in the first 2 games. Last night against Marist, the freshman started out and only hit 2 of their first 17 shots. So, you know, you can't do that against a team like Michigan State that got buzzard on Friday night out in Hawaii against Arizona. That's one thing about Michigan State. You go East Lansing, Hawaii, back to East Lansing, then on to New York City. So who knows? All right, let's talk a little football now.
How did that happen?
Well, it happens. I mean, that's what I'm saying. If you look at it historically, this team is better. This Kentucky team's better, Sam. But Tennessee has averaged 43 points a game against this team the last 3 years. But here's the deal. 433 yards the Cats rushed for. It's the first time in school history that they've had 5 guys rush for at least 70 yards in the same game. I mean, you look at Boom 128, JoJo 90, Benny Snell 70, King had 75, 443, Steven Johnson He missed on 17 of his 29 pass attempts, but credit Eddie Gran and this offensive staff for what they've done. All right, college football playoff. Okay, Saturday, first time in 31 years that you had 2, 3, and 4 get beat on the same weekend. The biggest beneficiary of that might just be Louisville. Okay, Clemson is probably going to stay in the top 4. Certainly Alabama is. So is Ohio State and maybe Michigan. But guess what? Michigan ends the season against Ohio State. Excellent. Clemson ends against a rapidly improving South Carolina, so who knows what's happened. I think Louisville's in great shape. Now, Kentucky could stand between them. Quick look, Kevin Durant, known for his offense. How about his defense? Quick look, who is this? It's Devin Booker. And then look at what happens at the other end. Steph Curry, as the kids say, Sam, is just sick. He shot that 3 from the logo. Woo! And the Warriors on that Durant defensive play. Oh, my God. Booker thought he had that dunk. No, not with Kevin Durant.
This is the NBA.
Yes, sir.
Guys.
All right.
Ahead tonight here on the CW Lexington, an hour of Family Feud is next. Then at 8, Supergirl, followed by Jane the Virgin at 9. Over on WKYT, Kevin Can Wait at 8. Man with a Plan at 8:30. Two Broke Girls at 9. The Odd Couple at 9:30. Scorpion at 10, followed by your WKYT News at 11. Buzz, you got your winter coat ready for this weekend?
Boy, he is just too excited about this.
Listen.
I mean, he's too excited about this.
Flip-flops on Friday, thunderstorms Friday night, and then by Saturday night and Sunday, at least a snow flurry or two, a possibility with highs this weekend. By Sunday, staying in the 30s.
It is, though, seasonal for Thanksgiving.
There you go. That it is.
He did name his daughter Winter.
He did.
And James Caldwell named his son Storm.
No, he didn't, did he?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I knew he didn't name him Hair Bear.
We get them together, it's a winter storm.
See the things you learn on the 6W. We'll see you tomorrow.